welcome back to my channel. I'm Marianna-Lise and I teach people how to change their life by changing their thoughts. And today I've got another trip report for you, and it's literally the final curtain call on the devil. Had a few realizations. I realised I was being a dumb bitch, and basically all the people who told me that I'm super naive and I shouldn't trust the devil and he's tricking me, you were right. But like the little divvy that I am, I just assumed he's charming, he's lovely, he's been lovely to me. Why would I believe what you say when he's been so lovely to me? So obviously I realised that the devil is a massive narcissist, because I realised something that was happening. So he was always like so super charming and really like loving and stuff when it not loving, but like the energy that I'd be feeling, it'd be like really loving energy. And he would like help me with things, he would teach me things. He was a pretty cool guy, to be honest. But obviously that's what he's gonna do to get me on side, so that he can slowly lure me in. And like something sprung to mind when I realized that like he was starting to take my trips over to the dark side. And I realized like, oh, this is like that famous like analogy that goes along with narcissists, how they say that if you put a frog into a pan of boiling water, it'll know it's boiling, it'll hop straight back out again. But if you put a frog into a cool pan of water, slowly, gradually heat it up, the frog won't even know that it's burning alive. And that's the same as how a narcissist like pulls you in and slowly builds up to the point where it's like, I didn't even realise this was going on around me and now I'm fucking boiled to death. So yeah, so I realised it was kind of like that situation, because it started off where everything was good, I was in the nice cool waters, and then I started to notice actually it's bubbling up around me. I had the realisation first and foremost that I do DMT once a month, every 6 weeks. I trip fairly often. I mean, that's on average. I mean, sometimes I'll go less. And I realised that why was it only the devil? Why was he the only entity or being that I was seeing on my trips? And I thought, this is a little bit fucking suspicious. Yeah, and I started thinking like, I'm hearing about everyone else's trips, like my friends, other people on YouTube, and I'm like, why is it always the devil? Like, I do see glimpses of other people, like I'll see like gods, but they won't actually like, it's definitely not as prominent and stuff as the devil coming to me. And I started thinking, is this because of one of two reasons? Either because the devil isn't letting anybody else come visit me on a trip because he's like got a hold on me in some way, because maybe I've accepted him and been like, hey, yeah, we're fucking bros, trust me. Or is it the fact that because the devil's latched onto me, other beings and entities don't want to come near me? So this is my trip that I had at the weekend, right? And this is where I realised that it was starting to get dark, and actually I should be a little bit concerned about my new pal. So it's all well and good knocking about with the devil in these other realms when he's being nice to you, but then when he leads you on a trip into a vampire realm where it's a realm and a world where everybody was a vampire. So it's not like it was a bad thing to be a vampire, it was just like being human. When I was there, it was just like I was another average person there, but I was a vampire. It was a realm of vampires. And it was like I was in somebody else's body and I had my own consciousness. It was like I was in this vampire's body and I had my own consciousness, because I was like looking around, like seeing what was happening sort of thing. And it was like I knew that it was a bit weird and a bit like, whoa, vampires, but I wasn't afraid, and it felt like pretty like, whoa, I like this. And then I fed myself as like inside this vampire body, or as the vampire, whatever it was. I fed and I was drinking this blood, and it was like, it was so fucking good. It was literally like fucking drinking sex. It was like, it was so good. And then, like, you know when you come out of the deepest part of your trip, when you come out of your deepest part of your trip and you like get your consciousness back and you can actually like speak and stuff, I was still like feeling the energy from it. I wasn't seeing it anymore, but I was still feeling the energy of it. And there was like, I was back like in the room had changed and things were going on, and I was just thinking about this blood, and I was talking to my friend. I was tripping with my friend James, and I was like, oh my god, I've just been over Vampire Realm, I've just drank blood. It was fucking amazing. I was like, it was like kind of sexy, and I was like, and I was talking to him about drinking the blood, and I was like, oh my god, a warm blood just dripping down here. And then I looked at him, and he was a bit like you could see the concern on his face, and I think that's when it kind of hit me, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a bit creepy, this. I'm like buzzing off drinking blood, but it's not like I would do it here on Earth in this realm, dimension, whatever. But you know, when in the vampire realm, one drinks blood. So yeah, so he took me into that realm, and then that's when I realised, like, he's taken me to dark places, and I'm kind of afraid that I like it. So yeah, I just thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do about this? And I've spoke about my next door neighbour before. She's called Michelle. She is Zimbabwean, and she is cool as fuck, right? She's very, very super intuitive. And the next day I was walking past hers, and she was on the front, stood at a fence like that. And we started having a chat, and she was like, I'll come in, I'll see you. And she came and sat down, and she was like, I feel like there's something you want to tell me. And I was like, well, I had a pretty interesting DMT trip. So I was telling her about it. She obviously knows that the devil's come to me before and stuff. She helped me get that demon off me, who was attached to me, who I thought was a devil, but it wasn't. It was just a fucking dickhead demon who possessed my friend. I will put the video up here. I don't know which side it is. I always do this side, and then afterwards I'm like, it's this side. So I just do that now, because if I do them both, I'm going to be right at one of them. 50-50 chance. So yeah, so I'll put the link up here for that one, for when the devil possessed my friend, but it wasn't the devil, it was just a dickhead demon. Anyway, so yeah, so I had a little chat with her, and she was like, you do realise that this is what happens sometimes with she calls us witches and gems who are like really powerful. She was like, she had this discussion with me before, like the devil doesn't waste his time with people who he can't draw lots of good energy from. And he was like, and she was saying to me, like, he's coming to you for a reason, because you're giving him energy, he's lapping it up and he's liking it. She said, but like, there's something that you should know, what all like powerful witches and stuff need to know, because he's gonna come to you. She said, when you want to get rid of him, I still don't know if I've got rid of him. I guess I'll have to wait and find out when I trip next, if he turns back up, because he turns back every single time. It turns up every single time I do DMT, right? So she said to me that basically you've got to just flirt your way out of it. She was like, I was saying like, I've realised like he's a bit of a narcissist, and she was like, he's not a narcissist, he is the narcissist, but obviously in a way cooler accent, because she's Zimbabwean. I was gonna try and do it, but I'll have to practice a bit more before I show myself up trying to do that one. Probably sound Chinese or something. So yeah, so what the hell was I saying? Go off on tangents and I just forget. So yes, she was saying he is not a narcissist, he is the narcissist. And she was like, when you're dealing with those sort of people, you can't just be like, fuck you, see you later, I've worked you out, ta-ra, because it just doesn't work like that. They'll latch onto you, they will make your life absolutely hell. She's like, you've got to float your way out of it. Not in that accent either, but you know, I like to just throw an accent sometimes, I can't help it. So yeah, so also I'm realising how much do I say, so yeah. So yeah, she was taking the piss out of myself, and now I've totally made myself forget my train of thought. Like, such a fucking bully. Right, do you know what? I'm going to take that as a sign as I'm rambling and I need to shut the fuck up. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope I got out everything that I needed to get out. Oh yeah, this is what I was saying. Oh, fucking hell. So I won't know whether I've actually got rid of him yet until I trip again, because I'll have to wait and see if he turns up. But so she said if he does turn up, you just need to like flirt you out of it and just be like, oh hey, thanks for the great time that we had together, but you know, I do want to explore other options and I'll come back and have fun with you soon. And then hopefully he'll never turn back up again, and obviously I'll never go to him unless I want to go to the vampire realm, but no, I won't do that actually. So yeah, right, I really am saying goodbye for real this time. See you later.